I accidentally punctured my boyfriend's lung after he recreated the worst day of my life as a prank. 6 years ago, I lost my partner in a freak work accident while he was overseas, and in the aftermath, I completely collapsed as a human. I left my career, I started hurting myself, and was hospitalized with anorexia after losing 60 pounds. It took me a lot of time, but eventually I started moving forward, and around 2.5 years ago, I met my current boyfriend. He was so understanding when I first told him about my late partner's passing, and I truly wanted to marry him, until yesterday. He texted me in the morning to confirm our dinner plans, and I replied asking if he needed me to pick up anything on my way home from work. Lunchtime came around without a reply from him, so I called him. He didn't answer though, so I sent him a couple more texts after lunch. He once again never responded, and by the end of the workday, I got a little anxious. I drove to his apartment after work and let myself in with the spare key, and when I walked in, it was completely silent. There was a strange smell in the air too, and after some hesitation, I started following it. I was extremely scared and nervous as the smell led me to the kitchen, and in the kitchen, I saw a broken wine glass. I also noticed the pool of what I thought was red wine, but then I saw his feet sticking out at the far end of his kitchen island. I sprinted around the island and he was laying face down. There was so much red everywhere. On the edge of the island, splatters on the wall, and a large pool of it around his head. I haven't made the sounds that came out of me since I got the call that my late partner passed. My heart was racing so bad that my chest and head hurt. Though I was in full-blown panic mode, I went into autopilot. I used to work in healthcare, so my instincts kicked in. I flipped him flat on his back, and from what I gathered, it looked like he was just pouring red from his head. He didn't respond to my voice or a sternal rub though. He wasn't moving, and when I put my ear to his mouth, I couldn't feel breathing. I checked for a pulse, and though I don't think I felt one, in hindsight, I don't know if I was mentally stable enough to discern one. I tilted his head back and put my hands over his chest to start CPR while screaming at my phone for Siri to call 911. I only got 2 hard and fast compressions in when he miraculously came back from the dead. After that, I blacked out. I remember getting lightheaded, him shaking me and apologizing. And I remember leaving his apartment covered in what I had figured out was fake blood. Needless to say, since last night, I've been a complete mess. I'm angry and devastated. The entire thing keeps playing in my head, and this prank has brought up everything surrounding my late partner. My boyfriend has tried calling me over 40 times. He's sent hundreds of texts. He even came over to try to talk to me that same night, but luckily, even though he has a key, I have a deadbolt chain so he couldn't get in. He shouted an apology from the outside while leaving, but I just threw a tomato at his head which splashed and covered him in tomato juices. I then yelled at him to leave me alone. My boyfriend's sister called me this morning in tears. She told me that he came over to her house after I didn't let him in, and he was having a major anxiety attack with chest pain, racing heartbeat, and trouble breathing. It was so bad that she took him to the ER where they learned that I fractured a couple of his ribs while attempting to give him what I thought was life-saving CPR, and in the process also punctured a lung. There are so many emotions going through my head right now. All I want to do is rush to the hospital to be by his side, while at the same time feel like the sight of him would make me sick. He disgusts me in every way, yet the thought of being without him breaks me in ways I can't explain. What do I do?